Online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
Eagle offers a wide variety of fun, interactive contests and allows listeners and readers to win big prizes. And those contests also can help businesses craft their marketing plans, reach new audiences, and send coupons and other messaging via our email services. To find out more or to get started, contact your local Eagle representative today. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
97% of consumers go online to find and research local businesses. Your website is your #1 marketing asset. Is your website due for an upgrade? Are you relying on Facebook to deliver customers to your door? Eagle Web Development offers affordable, fast, and mobile-friendly websites for our business partners. For more information, go to eagleradio.net. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
Facebook is the leading social media platform used by almost 2/3 of all internet users. Eagle's team of social media experts will craft a custom campaign targeting exactly who you want to reach when you want to reach them. Let Eagle help you unlock the power of social media today.
With news outlets in 9 communities in 3 states, the Post News Network offers a place for readers to become informed and for advertisers to get their message out. Nearly 9 million devices landed on Eagle's Post sites in the first half of 2020, an audience that grows every month. For more information on how to advertise on the Post News Network, email marketing@eagleradio.net. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
Did you know 90% of consumers who do a local search on their smartphone visit or call a store within a day? Eagle can help those consumers find you, our local business partners. Using our free Google Business Optimization, we will work with you to make sure that when someone is looking for your goods and services, they can find you. Contact your local Eagle representative today. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
Eagle offers a wide variety of fun, interactive contests and allows listeners and readers to win big prizes. And those contests also can help businesses craft their marketing plans, reach new audiences, and send coupons and other messaging via our email services. To find out more or to get started, contact your local Eagle representative today. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
97% of consumers go online to find and research local businesses. Your website is your #1 marketing asset. Is your website due for an upgrade? Are you relying on Facebook to deliver customers to your door? Eagle Web Development offers affordable, fast, and mobile-friendly websites for our business partners. For more information, go to eagleradio.net. Eagle Radio, online, creative. Be heard, be seen, get results.
And that's what's making it so difficult for teams to hone in on any one person. I mean, there's only one person scoring in double figures right now, and that's Carson Slazer. And it's just barely at 10.8 points a game, but everybody else is capable of doing something every single night, and that's what's making them very, very dangerous right now.
So the starting lineups getting ready to be introduced here at Minneapolis High School. We'll step away and take a break. We'll be back with starters after this.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and their second location in the Central Mall in Salina, and a new location in McPherson, based on honesty and trust. Contact L&L Advisors today.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Can-Equip's Service Advantage Preseason Readiness Optimization Program is going on now. Get the best prices of the year on inspections, plus 12-month parts warranties, special financing backed by genuine Case IH parts, and instant rebates on lubricant and filter purchases. Go to canequip.com and click on the Service Advantage banner to see all the savings, or visit them at Can-Equip in Salina. Terms and conditions apply.
Can-Equip you.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Minneapolis High School, Devin Haney, Tyler Smith getting ready for this sub-state semifinal between Beloit and Southeast of Saline. Let's first go over the Beloit Lady Trojans. They come in 10-11 overall. They are led by Peyton Remus, a 5'4" sophomore, averaging 6.5 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. Addison Butke is a 5'10" freshman, averaging 10 points, 9.5 rebounds per game. Miley Brown, a 5'7" sophomore, 7.5 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. Then you have Tatum Teachins, who, again, going over scoring for the last two meetings between these two teams. She has been the problem for Southeast of Saline as far as scoring points. She averages 10 points a game and has 4.5 rebounds per contest. Lene Knight, a 5'5" senior, 2 points, 2 rebounds per contest. Shauna Remus, the head coach of the Beloit Lady Trojans. For Southeast of Saline, 3 seniors in the starting lineup, led by Carson Slazner, the 5'7" senior, averages 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Along with her in the backcourt, Eleni Yanakopoulos, a 5'7" senior, 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and an assist per game. The trio of seniors completed by Mallory Pearson, the 5'6" senior, averages 5 points a game, 2 rebounds, and an assist. And then you look at the junior, Avery Castleman. The 5'7" junior averages 7 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist per game. And the lone sophomore in the starting lineup is Maddie Harris. The 5'5" sophomore averages 7 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist per contest. Shauna Smith is the head coach of Southeast of Saline's Lady Trojans. She's assisted by Steve Reedy and also Julie Lund. Southeast of Saline ranked. They are 7th by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association in Class 3A. And these 3 seniors have aspirations of playing on through to next week. But a lot of work here left to do with 2 games in front of them tonight and potentially tomorrow night. Tonight, they must take care of a very familiar foe in the Beloit Lady Trojans. Tyler Smith, I will defer the floor to you for our new image audio keys to success tonight for Southeast of Saline.
Devin, it's March basketball, so the records can be thrown out the window. Everything that's happened so far this season is completely erased. It's brand new right now. The biggest thing you have to look at, and this is a March field. I mean, this is tournament basketball right now. You look at the roster. This is what Southeast Saline is built for. They're a veteran-heavy team. You know, we talked about the experience. We talked about being in this position before. This is a Beloit team, although they're fully capable, and they've got 2 seniors. They got 3 seniors, but 2 seniors that contribute quite a bit. They've been in this position before, but there's a lot of younger players that are brand new to this. And I think this is where you're going to see. I mean, Shauna Smith, she's said next step with her team. That's kind of been the team motto all year. Well, they've been at this step the last 3 years. Maybe the last 4 years if we go back and look at the records. They haven't reached the next step, and I think that's what this class of seniors wants to do.
Addison Butke in the center circle along with Carson Slazner. The tip will go to Beloit. Lady Trojans wearing their black jerseys with orange numerals, some orange graphics, and some white outline all around the jersey. They go inside to Butke early on. Addison Butke turns around and makes the 2.
Yeah, nice little slip from Butke. And it looks like Maddie Harris came down to help. Maddie slipped on the play. Might have been some contact, but a good no call from the officials.
Here's Eleni Yanakopoulos. She'll drive to the free throw line. Now leave it out for Slazner. Castleman with an early 3. That's off the mark. Too strong, no good. And the rebound taken in by Peyton Remus. Teachins has it. Goes to Knight, who just kept her foot in bounds on the baseline, but she threw a suspect pass that was taken away by Eleni Yanakopoulos. Here comes Southeast back the other way with numbers. Slazner slashes all the way to the hoop, got the contact, and free throws coming up for the senior Carson Slazner.
And you love to see that from Carson. You know, there were a couple of other options, but she saw that Remus right there was a little bit out of position. Just goes hard to the bucket. She's going to get 2 free throws out of it.
Slazner also used a teammate as kind of a road decoy there on her way to the basket. Slazner to the free throw line. We talked about no 20-point score for Southeast in this season. Slazner was the closest with 19 in the first meeting in December against the Beloit Trojans. First free throw is up and good as Slazner in Southeast of Saline is on the board. She will also splash on the second one. Boy, those things were about as dialed in as you could get. Full court pressure now from Southeast of Saline. Budke in the backcourt, throws it away. Harris with it, pulls up on Budke. Might have got a piece of it, did Addison Budke, and now the ball will go in the hands of the Beloit Lady Trojans.
And that's right there where you want to see Maddie Harris go in, get into the body of it, and go off maybe 1 foot, get into the body, create some contact with Budke, and try to get that shot up. Instead, she jump stopped. Really tough shot trying to get it over the 6'1" Budke.
Credit to Budke. She did a good job of just playing center field there with two Southeast players having numbers against her. 2-2 is our score. We're about a minute and a half into this game. Lene Knight has it for Beloit. She'll swing it left-hand side now to Peyton Remus. Remus with the ball above her head. She's being hounded defensively by Yannikopoulos. Remus gave it up to Teachins. Now she'll get it back for a reset in the middle of the floor. High post entry to Lene Knight. She's holding this basketball. Now has to dribble to break the count. Throws the ball up at the rim, and it comes down on the rebound by Avery Castleman. Castleman to Slazner. She'll snap a crossover in the middle of the floor. Couple of hesitation dribbles, and then a bad pass by Slazner looking inside for Yannikopoulos.
Yeah, Carson just got a little bit too deep. There wasn't really anywhere to go with the basketball. Needs to come out with that reset, get back into the flow of the offense. If it's not there in the transition, that secondary game, get back into the offense, run some flow. Because right now, Beloit's had the ball a lot.
There's a foul by Mallory Pearson as Peyton Remus turned the corner on her, got to the left-hand side of the basket. Pearson got called with the bump. That is the first foul for Southeast of Saline. So Mallory Pearson collects her first. Peyton Remus to the free throw line.
And much like every other game with Southeast Saline, they want to run. They're going to put pressure on you. They're going to full court as that first free throw is missed by Remus. You're going to see a lot of full court action. You're going to run because you talked about the bench scoring the last time these two teams have met. It's the depth. That's what Shauna Smith wants to get into. She wants to get into the bench of both teams.
Remus' first free throw missed. The second one was good. She's 70% on the season, and she has given Beloit a 1-point lead. Southeast has it back now on their offensive end. Harris, little shake and bake. She'll step back for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Peyton Remus with the rebound. Beloit now trying to push it up the floor. Addison Budke has it. She nearly traveled with the basketball. If she didn't, it wasn't called. Now bodies on the floor. Slazner going down after it, and they're going to give it to Beloit. Slazner gets up smiling as she went down to the knee pads to try to get that possession. And here comes the early substitutions from Shauna Smith. Brielle Potachik into the game. Also, Reagan Getz into the game for Southeast of Saline. They will replace Castleman and also Mallory Pearson. Beloit gets it in. Potachik will take Remus on the defensive assignment here for Southeast of Saline's defense. Knight has a pass deflected, ends up with Teachins. She unleashes a three that's no good. Ball on the floor. Addison Budke will tear it away from two Southeast defenders. Now they'll play it to the right-hand side. Miley Brown with it for a three, and she gets it. Miley Brown has a three-pointer. She has given Beloit a 4-point lead, and three different Beloit Trojans have scored here in this game. 4:58 left to play, about 3 minutes into this first quarter, and now a foul called as Eleni Yannikopoulos went to the basket on the left-hand side. She will step to the line now for two.
And we've started seeing that more and more from Elena as the season's progressed. She's not settling for shots, and she's looking to attack. I mean, she's driving. You do that, it can do a lot of things for her. She's so good at getting to the bucket. Now she gets the chance to shoot two free throws.
Lene Knight guilty of the foul. Yannikopoulos calmly knocking down the first one. .454 left to go. We are just underway. Yannikopoulos' second free throw misses. Beloit has the rebound and a 3-point lead. Here comes Beloit, working against a man-to-man defense being applied here from Southeast of Saline. To the right-hand side, Brown, she wants to drive for two. She gets it to go. Miley Brown active here early on. She has 5 points, and that's the lead for Beloit here early on. 4:28 left to go. Slazner to the right-hand side. Went between her legs, now over to Maddie Harris. Harris now to Yannikopoulos. Back left-hand side to Slazner. Carson will drive. Got the bump. Now she has to adjust and shoot. Can't get it to go, but she got her own rebound. Out to Brielle Potachik. Now Maddie Harris has it. She'll swing it to Yannikopoulos, who's open in the short corner. Great ball movement by Southeast of Saline, and the first field goal to Eleni Yannikopoulos.
Yeah, and a really tough shot. She had Budke flying out at you. And we see Elena shoots a lot of flat shots, a lot like Avery, but she's able to get a lot of arc on that one over Budke and a nice baseline finish.
Teachin sped up, but she has Reagan Getz sprinting alongside of her, and she's going to airmail this one out of bounds along the baseline. Beloit with 3 turnovers here early on, and now substitutions continue for Southeast of Saline. Lexi Jacobson is into the game. Also coming back in is Mallory Pearson. So it's Pearson, Getz, Jacobson, along with Brielle Potachik and Carson Slazner. 8-5 Beloit. 3:44 left to go here as we are in the first quarter of play. Skip pass over the defense to Potachik. She'll play it now to Pearson. Back to Getz on the right-hand side where it came from. Getz gets inside. Had it stripped away. Free ball. And Beloit's going to pick it up. Second turnover for Southeast of Saline. Remus with it across the stripe. Now she picks her dribble up. She'll have to fire it to the left-hand side in front of the Southeast bench to Teachins. Now back to Remus, switching defense here. Mallory Pearson now will take Peyton Remus. They'll dump it off in the high post to Knight. She'll take a dribble to the right and pass it to Budke. Budke now in trouble. Ball above her head. She'll flag it back out to Remus. And Remus will float now to the left-hand side with a dribble to Miley Brown. Brown back to Budke. Budke just kind of standing around out in three-point land, out around the top of the key.
I mean, they're making it extremely difficult. Every time she's in the lane, there's bodies, there's elbows, there's everything flying. She's just a shot thrown up right there. Really good defense, but Lene Knight with the 10-footer.
Back to a 5-point lead for Beloit. 10-5 our score. Slazner wants it in three-point land. Took a dribble to her left. She was closed out on. Now gives it up. Here's Jacobson with a travel. See it about every game, once from Lexi Jacobson. That's just a lot of stuff moving at one time, and whether she travels or not, that call's going to happen because it looks awkward.
Yeah, definitely. And it looked like they were sagging off Lexi, and Lexi noticed that and was all of a sudden going to pull up for the 3-point attempt, and then all of a sudden was rushed out by Beloit Trojan. She did a good job getting around it, but again, just got to slow the feet down a little bit because that first step is so explosive. Whether it's a walker or not, it just gives that appearance because it is so quick.
Cassandra Thompson into the game for the Beloit Trojans. 10-5, Beloit. 2:16 left to go here in the first. A strip by Maddie Harris, and they're going to call a foul. A strip by Harris as she reached in there on Miley Brown, and they're going to give the foul to Harris, her first.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It looked like Harris kind of got the hand on the ball at the right time, but, you know, it's one of those, it can go 50-50. Maybe next time that'll go our way.
10-5 our score. Here's Mallory Pearson swatting an inbounds attempt back out of bounds. They were looking for Miley Brown, and Pearson got her right hand on it. Remus now will switch to the other side of the basket, and a timeout called by Beloit. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. 10-5, Beloit with the lead and the basketball when we come back. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter here on KINA.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway
in Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
10-5 is our score. Beloit out of the timeout, trying to get it into the paint. Now they're going to float it up to about the elbow. Thompson back down to Miley Brown, has her shot attempt blocked by Yannikopoulos. Brielle Potachik will pull it away for Southeast of Saline. Southeast up the floor to Harris. Skip pass over the top of everybody. Gets fake the three. Now she dribbles off her foot and out of bounds. 4 turnovers for Southeast of Saline. Avery Castleman pops up off the bench. She will replace Reagan Getz.
Yeah, you just want to see Reagan just slow down a little bit. Looks like that's a couple times she might have been a little bit too sped up. And I mean, you understand. I mean, she's a junior, but it's a big game. Just get back into that same flow. When she's playing with confidence, and it's very, obvious to say, but when she plays with confidence, she's deadly.
10-5 Beloit with a 5-point lead. And now a long three-pointer put up there by Miley Brown. It's no good. Brielle Potachik with the rebound. Here comes Brielle back the other way. Lob pass to Harris. Gets there on time, but Harris throws it to Mallory Pearson. It was going out of bounds, but Avery Castleman somehow saves it. Oh, my. Avery back in now after she hit the front row of the Beloit student body. There's Yannikopoulos in for a shot that misses. And a rebound out of bounds off the foot of a Southeast player, says the official, and it will go to the Beloit Trojans. Lene Knight back in. She will give Addison Butke her first rest of the game. Slazner will come to the table as well for Southeast of Saline, and she will replace Brielle Potacik. 10-5, full court pressure here shown by Southeast of Saline. All 5 white jerseys up here in the forecourt. In the backcourt for Beloit. Beloit will bring it across, though, just token pressure in the man-to-man for Southeast. Knight has it, top of the circle. They go to Thompson inside. She's bottled up there by Pearson. To the right, Teachins will unleash a 3. No good. Rebound, a great box out. A team box out there by Southeast. Now Harris has it. She's speeding up the floor with the right-hand layup. It won't go. Slazner comes in to get the rebound, and she's fouled on the putback. Where did Carson Slazner come from? I have no idea. And she was able to get that rebound away from a Beloit player and draw the foul.
And Devin, it's Maddie Harris could feel that there was no Budke in the game right there. I mean, she just took the ball extremely strong the whole. And that's what you got to do when you got the big freshman out of there. You got to attack, and Carson did a great job. She missed that first free throw. But good things happen when Maddie attacks. I mean, you have 3 Beloit Trojans all of a sudden collapsing on the rebound, and Carson comes out of nowhere. That's what happens when you attack the rack.
Under a minute left to go, Slazner misses the first free throw. She has a second attempt. The foul on Tatum Teachins was her first. And Carson Slazner will get the second free throw attempt here. Carson Slazner, 4th all-time in Southeast of Saline school history in scoring. Currently setting just points away from Shayla Syme for 3rd. 10-6 is our score. 48 seconds left to go. Brielle Potacik is checked back into the game. She replaces Mallory Pearson. They get it into Thompson. She curls around Castleman. Shot up, no good. And a rebounding foul will be called here against the Beloit Lady Trojans. Foul will go against Ashlyn Knight, her first.
And you're starting to see in the Southeast Saline defense, and this, again, very obvious, but it works so much better at a dead ball situation when Beloit has to take it from underneath on their own baseline, bring it all the way across. So that works after you score a bucket or after a dead ball, and we've seen twice now Beloit just get a little sped up.
There's a defender gambling after the steal. It was Teachins. Potacik went right by her, and then help side defense came and knocked the ball away. It's Potacik on the drive. They'll stay with Southeast of Saline. 30 seconds left to go. Maddie Harris sets inbound it. She goes to Brielle Potacik. Now top of the circle, Yannikopoulos. Elena faked the 3. And then put it on the floor. She'll give it up. Now it ends up with Harris over here on the left-hand side. Clock down to 19. Castleman for 3. Too strong, no good. Slazner fighting for the rebound. It goes to Harris on the bounce. And Harris too far underneath the rim. Can't get it to go as it hits the bottom of the cylinder. Here comes Beloit back the other way with 6 on the clock. Teachins has it. They go inside to Thompson. She turns. Can't get it to score. Ball on the deck. It's being fought for, and the buzzer will sound. And we're at the end of the first quarter. Beloit with a 4-point lead as we're at the end of 1. Beloit Lady Trojans 10, Southeast of Saline 6. You're listening and watching on SalinaPost.com to Sub-State Semifinal Basketball, and it's brought to you by Bennington State Bank.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
Back here starting the second quarter, Beloit with a 4-point lead. Southeast of Saline with the basketball. It's Slazner, Harris, Potacik, Yannikopoulos, and Castleman. Slazner with a 3, halfway down, and it pops back out. Beloit, Budke with the rebound. She'll play it off to Remus. Peyton Remus running the show here for the Beloit Trojans. Off to the left-hand side now. Ashlyn Knight has it. They go inside to Addison Budke. She puts the ball on the floor, and a foul will be called against Southeast of Saline. 2 free throws coming up for Addison Budke.
Yeah, Budke did a good job working for the angle right there and was able to attack the baseline. Yanakopoulos just a step behind and gets called for the foul.
First foul on Eleni Yanakopoulos. 3 fouls so far for Southeast of Saline. Beloit has 4. Nobody in this game, though, has exceeded 1 foul. Everybody has 1 or none. Yanakopoulos will come out. Reagan Getz back in. Budke misses the first free throw. Second one on the tee. On the way to go, nothing there. Another great team block out by Southeast of Saline. They're doing such a good job of blocking out. The ball's actually hitting the floor before they take custody of it.
Well, that's definitely been a point of emphasis, especially when you're facing a team like Beloit that has a Budke that just dominates in the paint down low.
Getz for 3. Top of the circle. She brings it home. Reagan Getz on her first basket of the night. Makes it a 1-point game.
And Devin, we talked about it. I mean, Beloit's been flying out. They've been doing a great job guarding the ball. But you got to find whoever Budke's going to guard. You got to get her on the perimeter, and that's what happened right there. If you're going to put Budke on Getz, Getz is going to feast from the outside.
Shooting's contagious also, Tyler. You want to see that go in for the sake of the team, right?
Without a doubt, just to show the lid is off and it's time to go to work.
Here's Budke inside. Castleman leaping around, and she's able to bother that shot, then grab the rebound off the miss. Back the other way, Avery Castleman to the right-hand side. Slazner's wide open. Didn't shoot the ball. She'll give it instead to Castleman, who's strong from the right-hand side. And Miley Brown gets the rebound for the Beloit Trojans. Back the other way comes Beloit wearing black.
It looked like Carson just didn't have his feet set. She didn't have the right shuffle, the right rhythm, and then I'd say 9 times out of 10 she's putting that shot up. But if she doesn't feel right doing it, she did a good job moving the ball around.
Remus with it to the right-hand side. Brown holds it forehead high. Now she'll play it into Budke. Brown gets it back on the drive. A shot that rolls around the rim, falls out, and then a rebounding foul will be called underneath against Ashlyn Knight. Maddie Harris had position on her, and they give Ashlyn Knight her second foul.
Yeah, and that's one of those tough ones. It looked like Ashlyn Knight. There was a little bit of contact, and you're right. It was the positioning. I know if that's a call that went the other way, there'd be complaints from the Southeast Saline side. But right there, we've seen twice now. We've seen Miley Brown drive that right side baseline. She does a really good job getting there. That ball almost went in. Got to cut off that baseline drive because Miley Brown she's proved she can be really successful with that move.
Ashlyn Knight, the first player in this game to get 2 fouls. Here's a pass that goes to the baseline. Jacobson saves it out for Getz, and why not? Let's do 2 in a row. Reagan Getz. That was kind of lemons into lemonade on that trip. That ball nearly went out of bounds, and now Beloit's going.
Sudden turn into the defense just a little bit stickier after you score.
Pearson with it. She comes out to Getz. Now back to Pearson, and they're going to say Getz traveled with it. Turnover number 5 for Southeast of Saline.
And again, that's a tough thing with Reagan. I mean, when her slow down, she's a great spot shooter. She's got
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban.
A text, a call, or a visit can mean so much. Reach out to the veterans in your life today. Let them know they're not alone.
Sam, I'm back.
If you're a veteran in crisis, you know.
2:25 left to go here in Minneapolis High School. 15-14, Beloit leading southeast of Saline. This is the second of the semifinal games today. Riley County with
on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact impacts for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at SalinePicnicComplex.com. Elite Sports Picnic Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
show has been pushed.
the way through. Beloit built a 5-point lead midway through the first quarter, but then Southeast of Saline came back. They got it down to 4 at the end of 1, and then kind of traded blows there with Beloit in the second quarter. The game seesawed back and forth with each team leading by 1 point, and it's a 1-point game here at halftime as Beloit leads at 17-16. Leading the way for Southeast of Saline, Reagan gets with 8. 5 points for Carson Slazner and 3 points for Eleni Yanakopoulos. For the Beloit Lady Trojans, they have 5 different players in the scoring book. Miley Brown was 7, 5 points for Addison Butke, 2 points for Lene Knight, and 2 points for Cassandra Thompson, 1 point for Peyton Remus. 4 of 6 from the free throw line as Southeast of Saline. All of those came in the first quarter. Beloit's Lady Trojans 6 out of 10 from the free throw line. 6 turnovers for Southeast of Saline and 5 turnovers for Beloit. And as I say that, Tyler, and to get your keys for the second half, the biggest thing that glares at me right now is how even the turnovers are. Usually Southeast is able to force Beloit into more miscues.
Devin, you're exactly right. I mean, usually when you're looking at those the turnover numbers, Southeast Saline is winning that battle. And right now, they're not only are they not winning, I mean they're down. And another thing, Beloit has more scores. I mean, we're talking about the depth. You've only seen 3 Southeast Saline Trojans score tonight. You're wanting to get some of these bench players kind of get their legs out there, start going. Beloit's putting a lot of emphasis on Brielle Potacek. Let's see what happens when she gets back out there, what Shauna Smith's got dialed in to get her going.
Brielle Potacek off the bench in the second meeting, had 17 points. It was a career high in the game at Beloit. Here's a shot put up by Teachins. It's blocked and taken away by Slazner. Here comes Slazner on the 3-on-2 break. Pearson on the right-hand side. Can't get to the go. The rebound, though, tapped out into the hands of Maddie Harris for 3. That won't go. And Peyton Remus brings it away for Beloit. Now a steal by Slazner. 2 quick turnovers there by Beloit. Bounce pass to Harris for the layup that's good. This pace favors the Lady Trojans from Southeast.
And that's one thing we didn't see. They didn't get out and go, and they weren't allowed to because of the way Beloit was playing. And that's one thing that Southeast Saline always wants to do, and especially right now, especially when you got a team. Let's see what happens. I mean, you got a 1-point lead. You want to tighten the screws and get going right here if you're Southeast Saline.
Southeast leads at 18-17. Now playing defense here, wearing white. Beloit wearing black. Over to the right-hand side. Here's Brown on the drive. She blows by Harris, but a block by Avery Castleman. We've seen Castleman just get better and better throughout the year, but she's done a couple things tonight that have been just outrageously good. One of them was the save in the first half into the Beloit student body. That block on help side defense there, also very good.
And again, she's doing this without scoring. You know, it used to be we only talked about Avery when she was scoring the ball. Now it's the defensive side. She did a great job. We talked about how dangerous Brown's been on that right-hand side driving. Avery did a good job blocking the shot.
There's a foul now. Nope, a traveling violation. Didn't know which way the official was going to lean there, but he goes with the traveling violation. And that's the 3rd turnover in consecutive trips for Beloit.
And I know that's something that Coach Smith talked to the officials about at halftime. You could see it. It's something that she was concerned with was the amount of travel she thought Beloit had. And I'm not saying that was a travel or wasn't a travel, but a lot of times when you talk about that with an official, they're going to start looking for it a little bit more.
Harris with the jumper on the left-hand side. Miley Brown gets the rebound on the right-hand side. 6:23 left to go, third quarter. These two North Central Activities Association teams doing battle for a right to keep their season moving. Lene Knight has it now. She's in three-point land, just looking for somebody to pass to. She'll find Peyton Remus. Remus now to Teetens on the right-hand side. 6 minutes left to go in the third. Miley Brown with the left-handed three. That's no good. Rebound comes away to Maddie Harris.
And Beloit does such a good job just moving the ball back and forth through Budke, but right there, Maddie Harris, great job coming down. Nobody stops her. She drains the three.
Harris, her second basket already of the third quarter without scoring in the first half. She has 5. Here's Budke trying to break the press. She gets it across the timeline, dangerously close to Miley Brown. Now over to the left-hand side. Peyton Remus has Mallory Pearson draped all over her. This is the biggest lead for Southeast of Saline. The Lady Trojans lead it here by 4, and they have come out of the locker room on fire. You can hear their student body in the background getting into it as well. Here's a fake and a swing through by Remus, and she's going to be fouled by Carson Slazner on the bump. That's just the first on Slazner.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because Carson had really, really good position. Then she did get her with the body, and Remus is really good. Remus felt that, went in, drew a little bit more contact, But yeah, Carson has that position. Just stay off of Remus and force her to go around you.
They got her with 2 at the table, so we'll go with that. Slazner picks up her second. Brel Potacek into the game early on here, along with Reagan Getz. Getz provided a spark in that second quarter of play. 2 3-pointers. Teachin's with it now. She'll speed to the left-hand side, being chased by Pearson. Now the ball works around on the right-hand side. Here's Brown on a drive. Shot up, no good. Slazner with the rebound. Here comes Southeast out and running. Numbers for Beloit. They're back nicely, but a beautiful no-look by Carson Slazner. Carson just took all the frosting off the cake, and that's our Everhart Precision Ag pass of the game by Carson Slazner as she just walked a 2-pointer into the backside there. And another beautiful play by the senior. She just continues to do it.
She does. I saw Avery wide open on the other wing. I thought she was going to go there, and all of a sudden I didn't even see Mallory, and we've got a really good angle up here. Great feel, great touch, great dish from Carson Slazner.
It's a 30-second timeout. Live stream video here on Salina Post, and also the broadcast on KINA brought to you by Bennington State Bank. They'll be here with us all sub-state long, including the guys' game tomorrow. They will play a championship game tomorrow here in Minneapolis against the Council Grove Braves, who was able to upset the Beloit boys yesterday here at Minneapolis High. So Bryson Flax and the guys will be back in action here tomorrow, trying to get the Lady Trojans of Southeast to join them and just have a purple party here in Minneapolis. Here's a baseball pass off the inbound, swatted away by Castleman and taken away. Castleman now to Slazner. Slazner doesn't want to slow down. Left-hand side to Potacek. Now to Getz. Now to Castleman. Look at Pearson leaning inside, fighting for position. Now she's going to change. Potacek into the paint. Jump shot up, no good. Butke with the rebound over the top of everybody.
Yeah, Butke had 0 position. Went over one of her players as well. Really big rebound for Butke. Beloit needed that.
Teachins drives herself into trouble underneath the basket. Now she gives it up, gets it back, but there's Castleman. Avery out on the floor taking it away. Avery Castleman is playing out of her mind. She has not scored in this game, but right now she is the wild card of this contest. Here's Getz on a drive. She got it caught on her left hip, and she will get whistled with the travel. Now the turnovers are starting to go the way that Southeast likes them. Here in this quarter so far, about halfway through, Beloit with 5, Southeast, that was their first.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and you're seeing that, pay dividends on the scoreboard. You've got to turn them over, and you've got to get going the other way.
Remus comes across the center court stripe. Mallory Pearson guarding her. She'll play it now to Miley Brown. 23-17, Southeast of Saline. They have not allowed a Beloit point so far here in this third quarter. Beloit wants to drive with Teachins. She'll play it out now to Miley Brown. Left-hand side, Lene Knight. She wants to drive. The kick to Brown. Brown wants to drive, and off the window, her shot won't go. Butke with the rebound, and Addison Butke with the putback. That is Beloit's first basket of the second half.
And again, it looked like Getz had position, just has to kind of use the backside of herself a little bit more to push Butke out of the way.
Mallory Pearson answers for 2. Pearson with her second basket. That was a jump shot from the left elbow at the 15-foot mark. 25-19 now. Loose ball, Potacek trying to come up with it. Brielle, though, just running so fast. And we all have felt that before, where your head's down, your shoulders are down, you're kind of head over heels, so to speak, and your momentum just won't stop. And Potacek lost it out on the baseline, but a break in action here and a chance for Southeast to get some fresh bodies in.
But again, what you're doing is you're speeding Beloit up. You're speeding them up. They're getting uncomfortable. Right now they're going to this is a set piece that Beloit's got to get something out of, because you think with Butke down there, they've got to run a set through her.
Here's Remus in the corner. They want to go into Butke. She'll turn, shoot, can't get it to go, but she gets her own rebound, and she'll go to the free throw line on the foul for Southeast of Saline. Foul on Elena Yanakopoulos. That is the senior's second. Butke at the free throw line, 1 of 4. And all those came in the second quarter.
And I'll tell you what Butke's so good at doing. Once she gets the ball above her head, it stays above her head. It's really tough for the Southeast Saline defense to get to the basketball. She doesn't bring it down. I mean, she's a really good post player down there. She misses the front end, the first free throw. You just got to get elbows. You got to get your backside, and you got to push, and you got to fight your tail off for every rebound right now.
Second free throw after missing the first is good. 8 points for Addison Butke. Maddie Harris came across the timeline. Beloit crowd wanted to travel. Here's Potacek for three. Got it to go! Brielle Potacek unleashes a three in southeast of Saline. Up by 8. They're starting to feel it a little bit here at this gym in Minneapolis. 2:34 left to go in the third.
And definitely Maddie Harris got away with something right there, and it happens. I mean, and Brielle Potacek is the benefactor of it, and Southeast Saline gets the three out of it.
Here's a loose ball taken away by Jacobson. Now it's still bouncing around. Harris will secure it. Maddie Harris on the left-hand side wants to peel it out and have a reset. 2:13 left to go here in the third. It's an 8-point southeast of Saline lead. To the right-hand side, Reagan Getz. Getz on the wing. Now plays it back to Yanakopoulos. Elena on the drive. She's shut off, but she'll go to Potacek. Brielle wants to drive. Lost the ball. I think she wanted to come into Jacobson, but just lost the handle on it. That's the second turnover for Southeast.
Brielle definitely just got stuck too low. Great job by Getz to bat the ball away.
Here's Getz all the way to the cup after the.
Oh, my mercy.
Yeah, wow, no foul there. She hit the bottom of the backboard. And the turnover for Beloit goes unanswered. They go back inside to Addison Butke, who was in the lane, I might add, that whole time down the floor. And they never called a 3-second violation. But a foul on Elena Yanakopoulos, her third.
And I think the toughest thing, there was, I don't know if there was contact with Elena. There was just a lot of action going back and forth. That official was down there with Butke. That's a tough call. It's a tough call against Southeast Saline. There was another tough call. It's all going to even itself out. You just got to fight through it. This is March basketball.
.141 left to go. 28-20. Here's a shot put up. That's no good.
And right there, I thought Lexi did a good job. There was a lot of body right there, and she got away with not getting called with the foul.
Maddie Harris on the left-hand side. She finds Slazner open. Too strong from the top of the key. Peyton Remus got there with a hand right at the last second. Here comes Tatum Teachins. Beloit looks winded here, Tyler. They look like they are sucking in wind right now. Here's Remus all the way to the basket. She throws up a shot that won't go, and Maddie Harris gets the rebound. 68 seconds left to play in the third. Beloit has scored just 3 points here in this quarter. Slazner all the way to the cup, draws the foul on Miley Brown.
And again, it's like Carson sensed exactly what you said right there. She could tell that Beloit, they're struggling, they're hanging back, hands on knees. When that's the case, you attack, you go to the bucket, she's fouled, and she gets the call. I mean, that's a great job just to slow things down now with Southeast Saline at the free throw line.
First free throw by Slazner is up and no good. She'll get a second attempt, though, after she was fouled in the act of shooting. .102 left to go. Second free throw also misses. Back the other way comes Beloit. They lob it inside for Cassandra Thompson, who made an incredible catch and was able to finish. 4 points now on Thompson, and now a holding foul will be called here against Peyton Remus. So Remus will get the foul. That'll be Beloit's third team foul.
Devin, when I saw Teachins throw that ball, I thought it was way too late. I didn't think Cassandra Thompson had a chance. And I think it was also tipped by a Southeast Saline Trojan. Just an outstanding catch, regroup, and go right back up from Thompson.
To the left-hand side, Castleman with it. Avery comes back left now to Reagan Getz. Reagan now, back up to Maddie Harris. 30 seconds left to go. Looks like Southeast is going to play for one last shot. They have a 6-point lead. So far, it's been a 7-point swing here in this quarter alone. They want to try to add to that. Harris wants to speed to the rim. Help side defense comes over. She stops it with 17 left on the clock.
Yeah, it looks like they're okay just playing for a layup, and now it looks like they're going to get to that last shot set.
Here's Pearson up top with 7 seconds left. And now a screen for Southeast of Saline and a foul called on Beloit. Slazner came off the screen from Maddie Harris, and the Beloit Trojans ran right through it, so that'll be a foul on Peyton Remus. Now that is her third, and Southeast will have it underneath for some baseline offense with 4.5 seconds left to go.
Well, and so be it. The shot goes in for Carson. Obviously, that always happens after the whistle, but it's good to have Carson see that ball go through the rack.
Here's Slazner inside, finishes the quarter with 2. A beautiful roundabout move by Carson Slazner. The senior has 7, and Southeast of Saline's crowd is in full effect. They lead it by 8, 30-22 as we go to the fourth and final quarter. You're listening and watching to Southeast of Saline Sub-State Basketball with Beloit, brought to you by Bennington State Bank. Back here opening the third quarter, Southeast of Saline with the ball, and Reagan Getz off first touch, buries the three. 11 points for Reagan Getz, and that is the lead for Southeast of Saline. 33-22, Lady Trojans of Southeast. Boy, they are looking to pull away from Beloit. Here's a three-pointer now for the Beloit Trojans. That's no good. Long rebound off the bounce. Will land with Avery Castleman. Here comes Slazner. Slazner leaves it off to the right. Getz wanted another three, but Thompson comes running out at her. Now Getz will play it off the dribble and pass it to Maddie Harris. Harris doesn't like what she sees, and she'll back it out. Now over to Slazner in the corner. Skip pass over the top. Harris with it. Harris stabbing that right foot back and forth. Will play it back to Getz. Now Slazner with it. Slazner underneath. Draws the foul. There's just a calming sense of Slazner, isn't there? I mean, it's a mood.
Devin, there is. It's funny to see how that game's progressed, because I think it used to be Carson would do so much, and there was never a calmness to it, but there was always something going on, and it usually turned out really good for Southeast Saline. But you're exactly right. If she misses that first free throw, that's something that's going to become crucial. Got to start hitting those free throws. But when Carson Slazner gets the basketball, you just you're all right. You know everything's going to be fine. You know that she's going to make a very positive move for Southeast Saline. And I'm assuming right now you're looking to attack, but you're looking to get layups. You're not looking as she hits the second free throw. You're seeing that offense right there. I mean, it's a layup or nothing. You're going to run some weave. You're going to try to get defenders out of place, and then you're going to look for a layup.
Teachins came across the center court stripe. Now she'll pass it on a lob pass. While the ball is in the air, Beloit will get a timeout. Head coach Shauna Remus wants to talk about it. 34-22, our score. And a timeout here. It's just a 30-second timeout, Tyler. But, boy, when you look at the second half, it's been dominated by Southeast of Saline. Beloit had just 3 points in that third quarter, and they have been outscored 18-3 here in the second half.
Well, Devin, our key to the game was just the leadership and the veterans on the Southeast Saline team. All you have to do is look. You're seeing Eleni Onokopoulos play really tough defense on Budke down low. And then you just look at the scoring totals. You're seeing Carson with that calmness. You're seeing Avery diving all over the place, doing a lot of things that aren't showing up in the scoreboard. You're seeing Mallory just play like Mallory, hitting a couple of shots. And then Reagan Getz is just coming, and she's right now that wild card that I don't think you could account for if you're Beloit, because you're worried about everybody else. It's that veteran leadership. It's that coolness. It's that calmness. It's that we've been here before. How do we get to that next step?
Quick 30-second timeout there.
And we just saw Southeast in a 1-3-1. It looks like now they're going to drop back a little bit back into now it looks like they're going to go a little bit of man, and they're just going to give a lot of attention to Budke down low.
Budke has really been the only scorer here in the second half, and most of her damage has been off rebounds. And now Beloit will throw it away. Something happened down underneath. It looked like Slazner might have got shoved down or fell down, one of the two. And then Beloit saw the open player down underneath. It was Addison Emmett, and the ball intended for Emmett went out of bounds. That is turnover number 7 for Beloit here in this half for the game. Now they have 12. And now Mallory Pearson is chopped down at the ankles by Addison Emmett. That is her first foul. And Pearson will get back up. Look, that could have been bad, but she's going to be okay, it looks like.
Yeah,
Mallory's always heavily braced anyway.
She is, without a doubt.
Getz has it off the inbounds. Had her pass intended for Schlesinger, deflected and taken away. That's just the third turnover.
And on the play before that, it looked like Reagan tried to maybe force that bounce pass off the pick and roll with Mallory. And then all of a sudden you see her force that play right there. I mean, you got to understand the situation. Try not to force. See, holy moly, I don't know how there wasn't a foul called on against Carson. That foul was on Carson, but there was a foul on the backside getting the rebound. It looked like Addison Emmett might have got her, but nothing called. And all of a sudden that's a third on Carson.
34-22. Southeast of Saline leading currently by their largest margin. 6:10 left to go, and Beloit even having trouble getting it in bounds here now.
And I think that's the thing. When you start pushing Addison Budke outside of her comfort zone, and it's a tough play, and all of a sudden you're going for a loose ball with Mallory Pearson, and I'll bet on Mallory Pearson 9 times out of 10, and right there it looked like that could have been a deflection that went the other way. She's just making it really, really difficult for anybody to catch.
Beloit running through offense here. We go under 6 minutes left to play. Here's Brielle Potacik on the takeaway. Brielle swung it through. Now she'll bring it up the floor. Floating off to the right-hand side. She'll snap the crossover. Now come back left. Castleman had it. Now over to Maddie Harris. Harris looking. Now back to Potacik. 4 guards out beyond the three-point line. Here's Getz on the drive, and she'll finish on the right side. Reagan Getz rising to the occasion here. Now has a baker's dozen with 13.
And Devin, you say this all the time. You say if you're going to play without a post player, who does the post player guard? And we're seeing Reagan Getz absolutely take full advantage of having the post player guard her on the perimeter. It's such a tough matchup. As difficult as Addison Budke is to guard down low, it's not an easy matchup for her to guard anybody on the perimeter for Southeast of Saline.
36-22. Southeast with another steal. Getz takes it away. Shauna Smith with 2 hands in the air, telling her girls, we are in control here with 5 minutes remaining and a 14-point lead. Brielle Potacik with it. She'll swing it around. Getz now to Harris in the far corner.
And Devin, I think this is big right here. How do you play with a 14-point lead? Because this team isn't used to slowing things down. They're not used to going fast. But this is exactly the time that you have to value every possession.
Here's Getz inside. Look for the same move. That ball, though, was deflected as she went up for it. But nothing there as the ball goes out of bounds. Schlesinger came to check in. Shauna Smith changed her mind, grabbed Carson by the jersey, and then Carson slipped down right there at the corner of the knee of Steve Reed. The two of them laughing, and now the bench having a good laugh after that deal.
Carson.
That'll go on the Follies video, right?
Goodness gracious, Shauna's got to be careful. She might have another one tomorrow.
Beloit with the basketball now. Remus on the right-hand side. Ball being dove for by Mallory Pearson, and she'll knock it out of bounds. 4:22 remaining in this one. Fourth quarter, 36-22. Southeast of Saline has come out and just absolutely shifted gears here in this second quarter. The 7th-ranked team in Class 3A wants to play for the chip tomorrow here at the Sub-State Regional. Inside, Thompson, a little up and under move. And a really, really soft foul called underneath on the block as Thompson made that move.
Yeah, and that's a tough matchup for Maddie Harris. Maddie Harris just got in a bad spot. She was behind Thompson. We've seen Thompson make some pretty nifty plays down there on the block, and right there she drew the foul on Maddie Harris.
4:08 left to go. Here's a lob pass up high to Miley Brown. Brown now to the left to Remus. Remus back to Brown. Long three-pointer off the front of the rim won't go. Jacobson and Thompson fighting for the rebound, and the foul will go against Lexi Jacobson.
Yeah, again, really, really, really good position for Cassandra Thompson. I mean, she's a great body for being down low. So they've got her listed at 5'8". She's a freshman, but she's strong. She's put together really well. She had good position on Lexi. Lexi went up, definitely got her with the body. Third foul on Jacobson.
So as you said, Jacobson will draw her third. Beloit gets it into Lene Knight. Knight goes for her first shot of the game, and she is fouled. She doesn't look to shoot very often. Actually, she scored 2 back in the first quarter. She will get free throws here.
And I'll tell you what, the one thing about that foul on Avery Castleman, she was making sure that shot did not get up. I mean, she fouled her hard. And very, very clean, but comes down hard as Knight makes that first free throw, making sure that Knight doesn't get an and one opportunity.
First free throw was up and good. Second free throw off the heel. That free throw by Lene Knight, the first points for Beloit here in this fourth quarter. We're at the 3:46 mark. And now Brel Potacik knocks one out of bounds. .30-second timeout. And we will keep it right here and remind you, Southeast of Saline's boys will play tomorrow. I noticed on the bracket, as I looked at it a little bit earlier, Tyler, they now have 5:30 time on the boys' game. That was originally scheduled for 6. Now it's 5:30 on the Acacia bracket. So the girls' game will start at 7. So moving everything up 30 minutes tomorrow. We'll have it for you right here on Salina Post and also KINA. 36-23 our score here. 3:45 left to go. And as dominant as Southeast of Saline has been here in this second half, the way Beloit can shoot the ball and get hot, you're never comfortable, are you?
100%. It seems like they've had the ball for about 5 minutes in this possession. I think that's why Shauna Smith called the timeout, just to get some formation, get something together defensively.
Here's a shot put up inside off the inbounds, Cassandra Thompson. She has a half a dozen. And now a pass deflected out of bounds.
And here's where you have to shift speeds again, right? I mean, we saw try to run a little clock. Now there's 3.5 minutes left. It's an 11-point game. I want to see the foot back on the gas. I mean, obviously you're taking care of the basketball, but you're looking to score. Oh, mercy.
There's a block up high. Slazner got a beautiful feed from Eleni Yanakopoulos. And Slazner went to the basket, and her shot blocked up high, but it goes out of bounds. And it will stay with Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, really nice play by Miley Brown to recover right there and get a hand on the basketball.
Yanakopoulos with it to the left. Now Maddie Harris will back it out. Slazner has it again. Carson Slazner. To the left-hand side, Maddie Harris with it. Now to Avery Castleman. Castleman back to Brielle Potacik on the left. 3 minutes left to play. Here's Harris on the drive. Out to Castleman for 3. In and out, no good. Yanakopoulos with a big board on the backside. Elena came off the floor 3 times to get that ball, and she's able to get it. Wow. Southeast will continue to melt clock here. They're going to get another additional 30 seconds at least off of this clock. Castleman puts the ball on her hip, and then she is blatantly shoved by Lene Knight.
And again, here's the difficulty. Lene Knight's a great player down low, but you get her on the perimeter. That's a tough defensive matchup for the post player from Beloit.
Castleman will go over to inbound. Knight gets her second foul. She'll go into the backcourt to Brielle Potacik. Potacik looks at a high screen, offered up by Reagan Getz. Nothing there. Now Slazner, a little pick and roll with Getz. The ball squirts free, but Reagan's going to save it. 2:20 left to go. Beloit spending a lot of time on defense here as Southeast of Saline leads by 11, 36-25.
And Devin, we're 90 seconds into this possession. I made that stupid comment about how they needed to start looking to score at the 3:37 mark. And here we are at 2:08 with another push by the Beloit defender. And I think Sean Remus is disappointed with her players as anybody right there. You want to go for the basketball. You don't know if the whistle's going to get swallowed there. See if you can deflect something, see if you can do something. That little shove, that little push, all it does is just create an easy foul for the officials to call.
You're giving yourself no chance at making a play. You're surrendering the foul. The Southeast has to make free throws. Castleman misses the first. And still, miraculously, Avery Castleman, after going for double digits in both the first 2 meetings with Beloit, has not scored in this game. And now Carson Slazner picks up a loose ball, and she is fouled.
Devin, how about does Carson Slazer won it? I mean, watch that play right there. There was 3 Beloit Trojans around her. Carson just continued to rip that basketball, knowing that nobody else was going to tie her up. She had to draw the foul. She did a great job, and it looks like Thompson's called for her second.
36-25, our score. Carson Slazer will step to the free throw line. The senior has 8. Still a 1-and-1. She needs the first one. That foul on Cassandra Thompson for Beloit, her second. Slazer's free throw is up and good. She'll get the bonus. 9 points now for Carson Slazer. She has put Southeast back up by 12. Slazer directing traffic. They want to be aware where Addison Budke is at. Carson's second free throw. Rims off, no good. Fight for the rebound. Cassandra Thompson has it. Slazer nearly stole the outlet pass away from Beloit. Teachin's down the floor. Charging foul on the player control. Back to keep it, Elena Yanakopoulos. And it's another turnover for Beloit. Tatum Teachins went into Yanakopoulos, who had her tent set. She was making coffee on the campfire. She was there so long.
What a absolute just gutsy play from Yanakopoulos. I mean, Teachins she had 94 feet. She had a full head of steam. Yanakopoulos just dug her feet into the ground and drew the charge.
Slazer with it now in the backcourt. Beloit trying a little full court pressure in the man-to-man set. Everybody clears out. Slazer will bring it across the stripe. To the right-hand side now, Yanakopoulos. We approach the 90-second mark here in the fourth quarter. 37-25. Harris speeds to the right. Now comes back to the left to Getz.
And Remus is screaming. She wants her girls to go foul. And this Remus can't because she's got 4. So I think that's going to be Peyton Remus's 5th. And Devin, super impressed with the sophomore Peyton Remus. I mean, she's kind of controlled. She's only got 1 point, but she's that calm player out there. She takes control of the ball for Beloit. Tough to see her go if you're a Beloit Trojan fan right now.
Remus will foul out. 1 point for Peyton Remus here in this game. Carson Slazer steps back to the free throw line. Southeast leads it 37-25. Slazer has 9. This is they have 10 fouls on the scoreboard. Somebody is not right here. And now the official blows the whistle and says, we got another one coming.
Leaving a lot of points on the free throw line, Devin. Yep. A lot of them. And right now you're up 12 with 80 seconds left. But you always got to be looking ahead.
Second free throw, rattles home. 1-2 trip at the free throw line by Carson Slazer. She's done that all through this fourth quarter. And she is 50% from the game. Beloit back to their offensive end. Here's a shot put up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Getz tips it to Yanakopoulos. That might do it. 13-point lead for Southeast. 1 minute left to go. They lead at 38-25. Maddie Harris will bring it across. Maddie always looking for that extra contact, isn't she? Southeast fans and the student body who's been on their feet all game. Now the rest of the fans rise up, and another foul by Beloit. 2 shots coming up again for Carson Slazer.
And, Devin, this one's been everything we thought it would be. I mean, the scoreboard right now, it's a 13-point game, but it's been nip and tuck the entire night. It's kind of that backyard brawl that you thought it was going to be. This is like, when you get into a fight with a sibling. I mean, these teams know each other so well. They respect each other so much. I know Coach Shauna Remus and Shauna Smith, they share a lot of notes together. They're just 2 really solid coaches that coach their teams really well. And this Beloit Trojans team they're going to be a handful for years to come.
And now what I like to call the baby Trojans into the game, as we have what looks like 3, with Lexi Jacobson still in there. Now the 4th one comes in as Slazer gets her second free throw. 12 points tonight for Carson Slazer as she inches ever so closer to the 3rd highest scoring total ever in Southeast of Saline girls basketball history. Beloit underneath. They'll get a 2. Clock running down to 30.
That was Ashland Knight with that.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Nice little finish from Knight. I mean, you're definitely not going to hang this one in the Louvre, but it doesn't matter what you're doing in games like this as long as you have the most points at the end of the game.
40-27. Southeast of Saline student body now making a lot of noise. Of course, it's always fun when these two teams get together. It seems like they're rivals in about everything they do. Clock running down now. Beloit has it along the baseline. We're down to 3 seconds. Down to 2. A ball tipped and it goes out of bounds. Lexi Jacobson there, and the buzzer sounds. Southeast of Saline will advance, and we will have a clean sweep tomorrow on the boys and girls. Southeast of Saline has both qualified for extra Saturday bonus basketball here at Minneapolis High School. 40-27, our final score. We will take a 90-second break and be back with the post-game and a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. It's all brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers right here on KINA. Back here at Minneapolis High School on SalinaPost.com and also KINA, Southeast of Saline's girls have won it. They advance to play tomorrow, and they will take on the Riley County Lady Falcons. 40-27, our score. Let's go over scoring for you from this game. Reagan Getz tonight a baker's dozen with 13. Carson Slazner with only 2 field goals, but she gets 8 points at the free throw line. She finishes in double digits with 12. 5 points tonight for Mallory Pearson. 5 points for Maddie Harris, 4 points for Mallory Pearson, 3 points for Brielle Potachik, 3 points for Elena Yanakopoulos. For the Beloit Lady Trojans, they were led in scoring. Addison Butke with 8, Miley Brown with 7, 6 points for Cassandra Thompson off the bench, 3 points for Lene Knight, 2 points for Ashley Knight, and 1 point for Peyton Remus. Again, Tatum Teachins, who scored in double digits, she was the leading scorer for Beloit in the first 2 meetings, did not score tonight against Southeast of Saline's defense. Southeast 9 of 15 from the free throw line, Beloit 8 of 14 from the free throw line. And the next stat, to me, Tyler, is the biggest one, and that's the one we talked about at halftime. The turnover count at halftime was Southeast with 6, Beloit with 5. We talked about that's not typical of a Southeast team. They need to get turnovers. They need to get chaos. They need to get out and run after some loose balls. They did exactly that starting in the second half. Out of the locker room, they forced Beloit into 6 turnovers in each quarter, third and fourth. The final turnover count ends up being 17-9 in favor of Southeast of Saline.
They did, and they really turned up the pressure, but they started making baskets. And making baskets lets you get your defensive position, which then in turn speeds you up. It's like the Austin Powers, very big character that ate because he was unhappy. He was unhappy because he ate. This defense feasts because they're scoring, and then all of a sudden they're getting the ball back because it puts pressure on you. It was a really masterful performance in that second half. But I want to say the biggest thing, when you look at what happened with the Beloit Lady Trojans offensive numbers, it's almost like Coach Shauna Smith said they were going to let Addison Butke do whatever she could. Could she personally keep up with everybody else? Because you shut down Remus, you shut down Teachins, you shut down the perimeter game at Beloit. And Addison Butke's a special player, and she's going to be more and more special. You know, she's only a freshman, but can she keep up with you one on everybody?
Yeah.
And it's a tough task, and you're getting if you watch her play in the lane, there's elbows, there's bodies, there's contact, there's all kinds of mess that she has to deal with. You've got pests of Southeast Saline all over you. She played great, but it's a tall task when all of a sudden you don't have those weapons firing from the outside, and give a lot of credit to the Southeast Saline defense for upholding that game plan.
Absolutely. Southeast in that fourth quarter, 5 of 9 from the free throw line. They end up 9 out of 15. There are a couple there that you got to get those free throws, but the gap that they were able to sustain and to build through the third quarter is really what helped them. They went from trailing by 1 at halftime to leading by 8 at the end of the third, and this defensive effort is spectacular. We've seen it from Southeast of Saline now for 2 solid years. They only give up 5 points in the third quarter and 5 points in the second quarter. They give up 10 points the whole second half.
Devin, it's becoming the norm, isn't it? And that's exactly what the cliche is, defense travels, but it does. It travels. It's postseason tested. That's the 16 remaining teams playing tomorrow night. I guarantee you have very, very strong defensive game plans. They're solid defensively. Then if you have some offensive weapons, that's when all of a sudden you find yourself in Hutchinson. That's what's going to make tomorrow night an absolute blast. It's going to be 2 really good defensive teams. Who's going to put the ball in the bucket?
And we will start at 5:30 with the Southeast of Saline boys. They will take on Council Grove. Following that, the Southeast of Saline girls, they will take on Riley County. Riley County tonight winners over Smoky Valley, 39-28. So a couple of Southeast of Saline games coming your way tomorrow. They will be presented by Bennington State Bank on SalinaPost.com, along with the help from our friend Brian Dennett. And we will have Trojan basketball. I'm sure this gym tomorrow will be packed. If we don't want you watching on Salina Post, let's be honest about it. We want you in the gym, but this gym, it can't seat everybody. Obviously, it's not a huge place, but we do welcome you to view on Salina Post or follow along on KINA. That'll do it. Tomorrow we'll have 2 games for you, starting at 5:30 with the Southeast of Saline boys, and then the girls will follow right after that for the Trojans. For full game wrap on this contest and a preview of tomorrow's action, go to SalinaPost.com. For Sam Pretty back at Studio Central, Brian Dennett on the camera, Tyler Smith, I'm Devin Haney saying thank you for joining us for Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball. The Trojans play on, and they will play for a championship here at this Sub-State Regional tomorrow, starting with the boys at 5:30.